Okay, imagine this. Imagine a love so intense, so deep, it actually starts to change who you are. Not just, emotionally, but physically, irrevocably.
It's a pretty confronting idea, isn't it?
It really is. And that's what we're diving into today, this incredibly unique and frankly unsettling story about two people fusing together. It really pushes the boundaries of connection, identity, love, all of it.
Yeah, it challenges everything we think we know about being separate individuals.
So our mission here is to explore what this extreme, terrifying narrative tells us about human connection when it's taken to its absolute limit. But the weirdness, it actually starts before we even meet our main couple. There's this search party out looking for two missing people, Carrie and Simon.
Right, that's the setup.
And two of the search dogs, they drink some water from this underground cave they find. They come out acting strange, just sort of staring.
Blankly, yeah.
And later, back in their cages, they're found fused together, like physically merged, making these awful crackling sounds.
Ugh, it's such a disturbing image. And it's definitely foreshadowing, isn't it? A really grim warning.
Exactly. So that sets this really ominous tone. Then we meet Tim and Millie. He's a musician, kind of given up on his dreams, maybe. And she's a teacher.
And their relation, it's already showing cracks. You can feel the tension.
Totally. They're at this moving-in party, and Millie tries to propose with an invisible ring, which is already a bit awkward.
And Tim hesitates. Painfully so. It just hangs there.
Yeah, it's rough. You can tell there's a lot unsaid between them.
Yeah.
And Tim, he has this nightmare, too. Super specific. A creepy, smiling woman next to a dead man crawling towards him.
And that nightmare image, it feels important. It's not just random scariness. It taps right into his anxieties, doesn't it? It's almost like a preview of the psychological horror that's about to become physical.
Like his inner world is already kind of vulnerable to this stuff.
Precisely. It suggests that maybe his internal fragility is what makes him and them susceptible to what comes next. It's not just relationship drama. It feels like fertile ground for something much worse.
So they move into this new house, hoping for a fresh start, but nope. Almost right away, Tim picks up on this foul smell.
The smell. Yeah.
He checks the ceiling, expecting maybe, a dead mouse or something, but it's worse. He finds rats, multiple rats.
And they're fused together.
Yeah.
By their tails, just like the dogs.
Exactly. It's that same grotesque image repeating. It's not just pests. It's a pattern starting.
And it hits Tim hard, doesn't it? Because it dredges up this really specific, awful memory from his childhood.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, the story reveals his dad once made him search for a smell he couldn't detect, tore his room apart to find a dead rat. And then later, after his father died, his mother had this psychotic break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she sat with the body for days, apparently smiling through tears. That image, the smiling through tears, that forced acceptance of something horrifying, it feels so connected to what Tim and Millie are about to face. It's like his past trauma is literally manifesting in the present.
That is deeply unsettling. Okay, so the psychological stage is set, the disturbing echoes are there, and then the external force really makes its move.
The cave.
The cave. Remember, the dogs drank the water there. Well, Tim and Millie are out hiking, get lost in the rain, and wouldn't you know it, they fall into that exact same cave.
It's like fate or something darker pulling them in. It's this literal descent.
They can't get out, so they set up camp for the night. And, they drink the water.
Just like the dogs, it's the point of no return, really. That water is the catalyst.
Because the next morning,
they wake up and their legs are stuck together, fused by some weird substance. And trying to pull apart is agony. It tears their skin.
So the idea of being inseparable just became terrifyingly literal. The metaphor is gone. This is real.
Exactly. It's the first violent imposition of this forced unity. The erasure of their physical boundaries begins, and resisting it is immediately painful.
And it doesn't stop there, does it? The physical violations just escalate. It becomes this grotesque parody of intimacy.
It really does. Tim starts feeling this unusual connection to Millie, even though they haven't been close lately. But it's off.
How so?
Well, he blacks out, and his body starts mirroring her movements exactly, uncontrollably. He ends up hurting himself because he's just mimicking whatever she does.
That's terrifying. Losing control of your own body like that.
And then a kiss. Their lips literally stick together. Painfully. They have to rip themselves apart.
Oh, my God.
And later, they're asleep, and Tim wakes up choking on Millie's hair like it's somehow gotten inside his throat and he has to pull it out.
It's just violation after violation. Every boundary is being dissolved in the most horrific way.
It completely perverts the idea of closeness, doesn't it? This isn't connection, it's parasitic. It forces you to ask, where does oneness end and annihilation of the self begin?
Yeah, that's the horrifying question. And then, as if things weren't bad enough privately, it spills out into the open. Public humiliation time.
Right, the school incident. That's a real low point.
Tim gets this uncontrollable urge, ditches his band gig, walks all the way to Millie's school where she's just started working.
Driven by something he can't explain.
Millie hides him in the boys' bathroom. And somehow, amid all this horror, they have this passionate moment. But then
the horror comes crashing back. He tries to pull away and, he gets stuck inside her. Physically inseparable in the most intimate and now terrifying way.
And they're trying to pull apart in agony, and a student might have seen them.
Yeah, it's just awful. And then Jamie, another teacher who's been friendly with Millie, walks in while Tim's hiding. Millie tries to cover, saying she had lady problems.
Oh, the layers of horror and embarrassment. It just strips away any remaining dignity.
Exactly. It externalizes their private nightmare. It's not just in their heads or their house anymore. It's real, it's public, and it's deeply shameful for them. It pushes their relationship right to the edge.
Okay, so Jamie, he becomes more significant now, right? And Tim starts trying to figure this out, looking for answers beyond just, panic attacks.
Right. Millie goes to see Jamie later to apologize for Tim. And Jamie sort of casually mentions this local cult that used to be around, a cult into odd rituals.
Okay. Alarm bells.
Big time. It shifts the whole thing. Suddenly, this isn't just random body horror. It might be intentional, designed. There could be a reason, a belief system behind it.
Meanwhile, Tim's doing his own digging. He sees the missing posters for Carrie and Simon again, the first couple.
Yeah, the doctor dismissed him, but Tim's not letting it go. He finds their last Facebook post, pulls the location data from the photo.
Smart.
And finds it was taken near his house. He also recognizes this bell with symbols he's seen around. He's desperately trying to piece it together.
But when he takes this to Millie, hoping maybe this explains things, she shuts him down.
Yeah, brutally. She compares him to his mother living with something that's dead. It shows how deep their communication breakdown is. Even now, she can't or won't see what he's seeing.
And the fusion. It keeps happening. That night, they sleep in separate rooms trying to avoid it.
Doesn't matter. Some force starts pulling them out of their beds towards each other. Their arms start to fuse.
Okay.
They manage to pull apart again, and Tim, in desperation, tries to knock himself out with diazepam just to stop it.
Just trying to escape his own body, and this force, it's relentless.
It really underscores that this is something external, powerful, and seemingly unstoppable. It's not just in their heads, and it's not just about their relationship anymore. There's something else driving this.
Which leads us to the full, horrifying truth and some absolutely brutal choices.
The climax is intense.
The next morning, they wake up, and guess what? Their arms are fused. Again, solidly this time.
And Millie just snaps, in a way. She gives Tim whiskey, presumably for the pain, grabs a buzzsaw.
No.
Yes, and she cuts the skin between their fused arms, saws them apart. The description is just agonizing.
I can't even imagine just the desperation to be separate.
It's the ultimate act of resistance against this forced merging. After that horror, Millie decides they have to get to a hospital. But her keys, she left them at Jamie's.
Of course. And Tim, he doesn't go with her, does he?
No, he heads back to the cave, maybe looking for answers, maybe confronting the source.
And what he finds there? It's the stuff of nightmare.
Pure horror. He finds other people fused into the cave walls. And Carrie and Simon, the original missing couple, they're there too, merged into this single freakish monstrosity.
Oh, God. So it's happened to others. It confirms the scale of it.
Absolutely. He has to grab a knife and literally cut off their fused fingers to escape. It's graphic and terrifying.
And while Tim's facing that, Millie gets to Jamie's house.
And she walks in on a video, playing a wedding video, but it's different. Two men are performing some kind of ritual where they fuse together, and then Jamie appears, and he reveals the truth. He is the fusion of those two men from the video. He's part of the cult. He is the cult's outcome. He explains their belief fusing together to become whole, and then he attacks Millie, slashes her wrist, but she fights back, hits him hard enough that he actually splits back into the two separate individuals.
That's insane. So the fusion isn't even stable. Or maybe her resistance broke it.
It suggests it's inherently unnatural, perhaps. Anyway, Millie runs back to the house. Tim's there, about to cut his own throat to stop the fusion for good.
Oh, Tim.
But as they're being pulled together again by the force, he stops. He looks at Millie, mimics her awkward proposal from the beginning, but this time He tells her he truly loves her.
Wow. Even in this.
And Millie, she shows him her bleeding wrist. It's like acceptance. Accepting her fate, maybe, with him.
It's a terrifying, heartbreaking kind of love declaration. From fighting it tooth and nail, literally sawing themselves apart to this moment of surrender.
Exactly. Jamie's revealed the cult's ideology. It reframes everything. It wasn't random. It was a twisted path to wholeness. And now, faced with annihilation, Tim and Millie's final conversation is this profound, tragic pivot towards accepting a shared fate, redefining their connection on the brink of oblivion.
So after all that resistance, all that horror, they make a final choice. A willing one, this time.
It seems that way. It's incredibly poignant, in deeply disturbing manner. Tim, frantic, brings the bleeding Millie back inside. When she comes to, she finds he's chosen to fuse his arm with hers, to stop the bleeding, to save her maybe by joining her in this fate.
He embraces it willingly.
It's a chilling shift. The grotesque horror becomes almost an act of profound, albeit terrifying, love. They seem to accept it's happening either way, so they reaffirm their love.
And then they dance.
Yeah.
To the Spice Girls. Say you'll be there. It's bizarrely intimate and almost defiant, and then they kiss passionately and their bodies just merge completely. They become one single being.
Wow. Just wow.
The journey from repulsion to this final willing surrender is staggering. What started as an external nightmare transforms into this ultimate terrifying act of love and acceptance, redefining inseparable completely.
And the final scene, it's so unsettlingly normal, isn't it? Oh, it's the creepiest part, maybe. Millie's parents show up for Sunday dinner like nothing's happened, and they're greeted at the door by this normal-looking androgynous person, someone who looks like both Tim and Millie.
Just domestic bliss after cosmic horror.
It leaves you reeling. Is this the ultimate unity they or the cult sought? Is this love perfected or identity completely erased? A grotesque wholeness. The story just hangs that question there. It's brilliant and deeply disturbing.
So we followed Tim and Millie through this unbelievable journey, from a relationship on the rocks to literal physical fusion, all tangled up with cult beliefs and past trauma. It's such a powerful, unsettling look at connection.
It really forces you, the listener, to think about your own boundaries, about identity, love, what it means to truly merge with someone. Where does individuality end and the we begin?
Yeah. It challenges our whole concept of being a self versus being part of a pair. So, the final thought to leave you with. When two people blur into one, is that the ultimate expression of love? Or is it the ultimate loss of self? And if you could choose, what kind of wholeness would you actually want?